Today we are going to be going over the JVC Camera Kit. All of the items inside the camera kit will be stored inside of a Pelican case. Inside the case you will find the JVC GY-HM150U camera with a tripod plate, two 32GB SD cards, and a remote for the camera. Your kit will also include a JVC battery as well as 6 AA rechargeable batteries. Next you will find a battery charger for the JVC battery and a power cable. There is also a power cable and AC adapter for powering the camera and charging the battery directly through the camera. Next is a shotgun microphone, in addition to the built-in stereo microphone. A wireless lavalier microphone and wireless receiver for on-talent audio. A wireless XLR transmitter allowing you to transmit a handheld microphone to the receiver. There are many other cables that come along with this kit, which include the XLR to 3.5mm audio input cable. This allows you to plug an XLR microphone into the wireless transmitter belt pack. A USB-A to USB mini cable for connecting the camera to the computer. An HDMI to HDMI cable for playback on an HD TV. A DVI to RGB cable for playback through a component input. A 3.5mm to composite video cable for playback through an RCA port. A 3.5mm to 3.5mm audio input cable, and lastly a software CD. The first step is to put the battery onto the camera. The pins on the battery should line up with the pins on the camera. To connect the battery, just slide the battery in and push it until it clicks into place. To power on the camera, locate the on-off dial on the right side of the camera, press the blue button, and then turn the dial to standby/on. Next, open up the LCD screen on the left side of the camera. Then, open the lens cover and you will be able to view through the LCD screen. Before you can record, you need to select your recording format. To do so, press the menu button on the LCD screen. Then, using the toggle button underneath the menu button, select Record Set. Then push it once more to select Record Format. You can now select your recording definition, format, and resolution by using the toggle button to navigate and select. After choosing both your definition and format, scroll to the bottom of the menu and press Set. This will confirm your changes. Please pick a format that is compatible with the software that you will be using to edit. Now that you have chosen what format you want to record in, you are ready to begin filming. To start and stop your recording, press the record button, which is located on the back right side of the camera. Once you press record, the letters REC will pop up on your screen. The zoom button is located on the top right of the camera. Using your finger, press T to zoom in and W to zoom out. The zoom button operates at a variable speed. Press gently for a slow zoom and harder for a fast zoom. If you plan to use the built-in stereo microphone on the camera, make sure that the XLR block is disconnected. If you plan on using any external microphones, you need to make sure that the XLR adapter is plugged in properly. If you want to use the shotgun microphone, unscrew the shock mount adapter, place the microphone inside, and re-secure the screw. Then plug the XLR cable into input number 1. If you would like to use either of the wireless microphones, place the wireless receiver into the hot shoe adapter on the top of the camera. Then plug the XLR to 3.5 cable into input number 1 on the XLR adapter. You can also use the XLR microphone and one wireless microphone simultaneously. As you see here, the wireless receiver is plugged into input number 1 and the shotgun microphone is plugged into input number 2 on the XLR adapter. On the opposite side of the XLR adapter, you will find the audio settings. The first selection you need to make is channel 2 input. Channel 1 will always be input number 1. If you are only using one microphone, you can select input number 1. This will send your audio to channel 1 and 2. If you are using two microphones, you need to select input number 2 for channel 2 input. This will send one microphone to channel 1 and the second microphone to channel 2. The next selection you need to make is the audio input levels. You can select between line level for an instrument, mic level for a powered microphone, or mic plus 48 volts for a non-powered microphone, such as the shotgun mic. For this setup, I have the powered microphone receiver plugged into microphone input number 1, and the non-powered shotgun microphone plugged into input number 2. The next selection is your audio level adjustments. You can either leave your levels on auto, which the camera will determine what the proper audio levels will be, or you can select manual, where you can manually adjust the levels for both channel 1 and 2 independently. To adjust the levels up or down, spin the dial on the back of the XLR adapter. While using headphones as reference, you can adjust the audio levels on the back of the XLR adapter by spinning the dials for each channel. The focus setting is located on the side of the camera. You can select between auto and manual. If you would like to use manual, you can fine-tune the focus by adjusting the ring on the front of the lens. This is ideal for interviews, where your subject in the foreground is in focus and the background is out of focus. Once you have finished recording, the next step is to transfer your footage to your computer. First, you want to connect the supplied USB cable to your camera. The mini USB end plugs into your camera right below the battery. You will have to pull back the rubber protector that says HDMI. Next, connect the USB cable to your computer. The LCD screen will now prompt you asking if you would like to change to USB mode. Using the toggle button below the menu, select Change. On an Apple computer, once you connect the USB cable to your computer, your SD cards will show up as an untitled external card. To open and import your files, you need to select the untitled card, then Private, then JVC. Inside the JVC folder, you will find 3 more subfolders. Each folder contains the different file formats. The BPAV folder contains MPEG files, the CADV folder contains AVI files, and the CQAV folder contains MOV files. To open and import your files, click on the appropriate folder. Then click on the Clips folder, and now you'll be able to see your files. Select all of the files, or the ones you want, and click and drag them to the desktop or an appropriate folder. Copying your files to a PC is very similar. The first step is to open up My Computer. Here you will notice both of the 32GB cards are showing up as removable disks. Select the first card, then Private, then JVC. Inside the JVC folder, you will see the 3 format folders. Again, BPAV is for your MPEG files, CADV is for your AVI files, and CQAV is for your MOV files. To import your files, click on the appropriate folder, then click Clips. Here you will see your files. Again, select all of the files or the ones you want, and click and drag them to the desktop or an appropriate folder. Once you have finished transferring your files from the camera to your computer, you are ready to begin editing.